Well, greetings and good evening, everyone out there, my fellow knights, my fellow passersby. Welcome to G Game Nights. My name is Ryan. I'll be your host this evening. We're going to be playing a game called Wildspace. It's a dungeon world game. We're on the second session of who knows how many. So we're thrilled to have you with us. Before we get going, a couple brief announcements. This Thursday, as we have every other Thursday just about, we're going to be having another episode of Matcha Pony, where Sean and Savannah will take on a game. They're usually free to play. They're usually games they've never played before, and they're just gonna give you a real honest first impression of it. And it is a lot of fun. So stop by for that. We don't have a scheduled game this Saturday, but I believe the next episode of Cyberscape is coming out Wednesday. Is that correct? So cool, which means I got to start editing the ones after that very soon. But yeah, so the continuation of that arc is going on, so please check that out. And then we've got a lot of, nothing scheduled in the books, but we have a lot of streams going on. We're playing a lot of Sea of Thieves. I know some people are playing Anthem. We've got a lot of games that we're playing around with, seeing if we want to stream them or not. So if you have any suggestions, just drop us a line on either our Twitter page or in our Discord. Everything that you could possibly want to know about us is in the links below this Twitch page right now. If you're on YouTube, then you should go to our website, which is, I believe, I'm going to see if I can remember this. Is it ggk.smvi.co? Yes.
Nailed it.
So go there. That has links to all our shows. And you can find everything from there. Let's see. I think that covers it for the announcements. We are without a Lindsay for a little bit. She's running a little bit behind, but we're going to go ahead and get started real soon. So last time, would anyone like to give a recap of what happened last time? I'll give an XP to whoever does it.
I mean, should we roll for it? Because I'm always game to give recaps.
If more than one person wants to give a recap, then you may roll for it.
You can roll for it. I'll volunteer this time. I never volunteered last time. So.
Excellent. So roll for it. In real life or on Roll20.
Oops, that was going to be a D200.
We're going to do 2 D6s. Rolling 2 D6s.
Then I will re-roll.
Or a D6. Just keep it dungeon.
Well, 8.
6.
All right. So, Sean, that is a full failure. Alex, this is a partial success. Yeah, you gain an XP. Yeah, you do. And Alex, you have a partial success in that you do get to do the recap, but it's going to cost you.
Interesting.
All right, continue.
So, enter new band of miscreants. Not going to keep the voice up the whole time. New game, new characters. Some of them have worked together in various capacities before, but this was the first time they all came together under one banner to attempt to steal what we had been told was a skeleton key to get through pretty much any security system. So we devised a cunning plan to break into this secure facility. Involves stealing a fire truck or two, setting a place on fire, breaking in, breaking their stuff, getting back out. And that's the short version, but also it was a bit short because we spent about half the first session doing character introductions and world building stuff. So not a whole lot actually plot-wise has happened yet, but the session ended with us going, well, we found out the skeleton key was actually a child Turns out one of our members, Jack the Chirurgeon, knew that somehow already. But we went to go to the drop-off, which was some of Ghost's friends who had actually hired us for this gig, only to find out, what were they called? Let's see, they were Extravagant Murder, had been extravagantly murdered. And they were all dead. And we ended last time, the screen flickering on, just a waveform of audio and a voice. I have a proposal.
Very nice. Very, very nice. All right. Well, everybody, let's get rolling. So, as you all are standing in this room, surrounded by just the grisly scene of maybe nearly a dozen hackers who have been hackered, and are adorning different parts of the room currently. There's lots of different computer displays that are flickering, and on the walls there's like data sets that are rolling by, spatters of dried blood on them, creating strange little silhouettes, Rorschach tests basically on several screens. But the primary screen, the one that is speaking to you, the waveform takes shape, and before you see a face with blue skin, pockmarks, scarring, red eyes, kind of short, thinning, black hair. The man says, "My name is Wexford. I have been asked by my employer to give you a proposal. Well, to be clear, more of a directive. I'm afraid each of you has incurred a rather serious debt. Admestus. Once you were asked to track down an individual known as Artine for embezzling funds from the organization known as Thin Cobra. Instead, you chose to help Artine off-world with the stolen assets. Assets that belonged to my employer. Ghost. You once released the contents of a private server of a Concord emissary. What you perhaps failed to notice was the existence of a backdoor program hidden on the server. An implant ordered by my employer at a considerable expense for the purpose of ascertaining details surrounding the future trade deliberations. But once the breach had become known, the emissary was forced to resign and the server was shut down, destroying any value of this investment. Futura Glory. You briefly worked as a bouncer for a club known as Cinnamon? On your first night, Cinnamon spelled with an S, of course. On your first night, you were asked to throw out an intoxicated patron, which you did, one piece at a time. This individual happened to be a courier of my employer, and their unexpected elimination soured a deal meant to take place the following day. Jacqueline. 11 months ago, you saw a patient afflicted by unique synthetic autoimmune disease that caused their marrow to flood their bloodstream with toxins. You were able to neutralize the toxins by giving the patient a transplant and 4 new livers. The patient was a critical witness in a class action case against one of my employer's subsidiaries and unexpectedly survived the affliction long enough to testify, forcing the branch to close. Risa, you were contracted to sabotage equipment installed at Gravtech's manufacturing plant. However, you chose to apply this directive liberally, going so far beyond the scope as to burn down the adjoining facilities, including the server farm housing the AI known as Pharaoh, Gravtech's chief art core designer, and an asset of primary interest to my employer, and the sole reason for the attempted buyout. And when we sent a bounty hunter to collect you, they failed to do so. That you're each unaware of my employer's role in these affairs is the sole reason your debts have not been aggressively collected, as they have been with extravagant murder here. For now, you would be advised to consider yourselves as obliged to my employer.
And who is your employer, so we know whom to feel obliged to?
I work for Akaima.
Am I supposed to know that name? Am I supposed to know that name?
You can spout lore.
Okay. Let's see, that is plus int, which is my -1.
Oh, before we find out the result of that, we can bring Lindsay in, I think. Is that, am I wrong? Yes, no, maybe so?
Yes.
Okay. We'll be right back, Champos. Hold on to your batooties. Welcome back. We're back. First off, welcome Lindsay to the party. Lindsay has been listening on the way here, so we're not going to recap for her, but she knows what's going on. Thank you for doing that, by the way. That saves us a lot of time, other than me explaining it. Alex just rolled spout lore. What was the result of that?
Total of 5.
Total
6
of
minus 1.
Okay.
So, do I mark XP?
You do mark XP. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna have something. I think the figure Wexford regards you. The rest of you do know this name. Akaima is kind of like a Baba Yaga spook sort of name, given often attributed to particularly heinous or grisly things that no one has a that occur within the city of Dredge that no one has a actual knowledge of who committed them. The spook of the night, if you will. Looks great. Just change out the CH with a K. Is the way I did it. Sorry, I'm reading chat, Twitch. Yes, it's very possible that the rest of you can have whatever reaction you want. You can either take it at face value, you can think he's full of shit, or whatever you want. But that's what you're aware of it.
Bullshit.
Who is this? Am I supposed to be scared? You all seem to know who Akame is. Never heard of him.
Fill you in later.
We'll start simple, I think. The key that you've stolen. And did you bring the boy in with you? I forget.
I'm pretty sure I was holding on to the child.
That sounds right.
Yep.
Okay. The Necrosi boy. My employer, Kaima, was aware that before he came to this planet, he had undergone some genetic modifications. Embedded within his DNA is hidden the decryption key. Now, this key opens something pretty specific. My employer would like to know who did this. Someone went through a lot of trouble to sneak this key onto this world. Find the answer. And my employer will consider all debts paid.
Okay. Yeah, that seems easy enough then.
All right. And just to enlighten us, what happens if we say no?
I believe you're standing in it.
He is already dead. What can he do to me?
I'll let you all figure that out. You have 30 days.
I have a quick question, just to specify something. You said they have blue skin and red eyes.
Mm-hmm. No, sorry.
Okay.
I wasn't thinking that. But yes, that does sound similar. They don't have.
Make sure
they don't have the elf ears.
Okay.
But they are otherwise very simple. I was actually thinking of like the Star Wars thing, like Admiral Thrawn or whatever like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? I was kind of like starting there. So
okay.
But yeah. I didn't. I if I thought about that, I would have tweaked something.
Well, shit.
Could I like hop using some of the gear that is now scattered about? Could I try to hop on and maybe track down where this person is located? I'm using some of my dead comrades' gear. That's now
Sure.
mine.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna do a discern realities roll.
Okay.
I
Wisdom.
think that's applicable to what we're
Okay.
doing.
Yeah. Trying to study. Yeah, this person. Okay. Well, that's a 6. Woo!
I think you start typing and like trying to follow these back channels, but it seems that whoever had set up this this call, either they or someone working for them was rapidly closing up holes behind them, and you get caught in a couple of recursive loops. And you're a great hacker, so you managed to like try to like break out a few of them, but like by the time you did, it's like almost actually like programmatic snares for you.
Mm-hmm.
And the computer you're using, it overheats.
Explodes.
But it's a very small whimper of an explosion, just like a blue black smoke kind of like wisps out from the tower.
Shit.
I'll take that as a bad sign.
No, I tried to track them, but they're really good.
Well, let me see what I can do too while we sort this out. I'm gonna whistle and have I'm gonna actually try to physically track anyone who might have been in this room. I imagine if there's a lot of gore, there might be some sort of footprints or something. I have a move called hunt and track.
Okay.
When you follow trail clues left behind by a passing creature, roll plus wisdom. So I don't know if there's any clues in here or anything that I can follow.
Well, sure. Why don't you go ahead and roll me that roll?
Okay. It's an 8 plus 3 is 11.
Okay, sounds great. Read me the success state.
All right. On a 10 plus, you can also choose one, gain a useful bit of information about your quarry. The GM will tell you what, or determine what caused the trail to end. Let's see. I think I also, okay. So the gist of it on a hit is you follow the creature's trail until there's a significant change in its direction or mode of travel. And then I get to ask one of those two questions when I reach the end of the trail.
Okay, this is going to be a little bit challenging, but based on your role, does Helsing have like olfactory senses, or is it how does it work? So it's like it is a tangible creature.
Yeah, it is a physical wolf creature.
Okay.
It's just not. Okay. It just looks like a wolf. It isn't though.
Okay, cool. So Helsing begins to sniff around, going from body to body, sniffing at the wounds, trying to pick up a scent, looking at the footprints that are kind of like splattered all around the room, and there are many. After a short time, only a few minutes, Helsing kind of does Helsing's, is Helsing a boy or girl? Boy. So Helsing's like nails. Did they click on the floor?
Yeah.
Okay. Helsing like kind of pads over to Futura and looks at you kind of like and ears go back.
I guess that's my question then. Gain a useful bit of information about your quarry. I'd like to use that one.
Okay. Useful bit of information. I would say identity.
Yeah.
It does. Helsing does seem to think that Futura was at least there when everything went down.
All right. I draw my rifle and point at Futura.
Futura kind of like swivels its head towards you.
Yeah, I back up with my rifle trained on Futura across the room. I say, all right, Futura, did you have anything to do with this?
Oh, with this?
Yes.
Well, yes.
You killed these people.
Yes, I... Was that... Yes, I did a pretty good job. Sorry, what's your question? Really?
All right, I'm not the only one here that's suspicious about this, right? Am I the only one in the room that didn't know this?
When did you do this? You were with us for mission.
Oh, yes, the mission, yes. Well, we were given the mission. I was contacted and paid, and took care of extravagant murder, and then we went on a mission.
And you didn't think to tell us that you killed the people that were allegedly sending us on this mission?
I did think it was weird that we were coming back here.
It would have been nice to know that, Future. I kind of like these people.
Yeah, they were Ghost's friends.
Can someone
friends,
Can someone give me a good reason not to shoot this robot?
It could
Well,
definitely rip you in half.
I take 3 big steps to the side.
Futura, what else have you been paid to do recently?
Work's been hard to come by. Nothing else yet.
So you
other
have
than
not
this
been-
job.
You have not been paid to tear us all asunder or to try.
Oh no, not yet. No.
You
If
could
you
have
were-
waited until they paid us.
What? Hold
I
on.
wasn't.
If you were paid to kill us, would you?
Sorry, I'm trying to think of her, Travis.
Oh no.
Braun, I think that was a long enough pause to answer
Yeah,
your question.
because-
Yeah, I think it's just like that's what happens. It just character kind of looks at you, like kind of looks over its shoulder really quickly, and then like back at you, and seems to just really think really hard. And like I think he like, puts a hand up to a chin. It's like,
You know, the fact that you have to think about it that long makes me think this partnership might be at its end at this point. I'm gonna leave the room that the scary death machine is currently inhabiting.
I'm going to go with you.
Oh come on.
I mean, nothing personal, but I really don't want to end up like, well, Sunday dinner.
You know, it feels personal though.
Tearing a man asunder is a pretty personal act.
We would personally like to not get murdered.
And
I'm not going to murder you all.
But if you got paid to, though.
I don't know. No one's offered that.
Would you tell us if they had?
Are they paying me to not tell you?
yeah, see, this is
Probably.
where this is why I'm worried. If they do get the kill order, I would very much like to be as far away from them as possible.
Yes.
At least until this business is resolved.
Well, this business affects me too.
Oh yeah, Futura was listed as having a debt too. So
I'm sure you can work it off somewhere else. It seems like they're willing to pay you and give you work.
Well, I understand.
Tell us where we might find you if we should decide that we should work together again. But for now, it seems like this might be time to part ways.
Mostly so I can just avoid wherever it is you're going to be. But yeah, sure, let's go with that. Finding you.
I was trying to let him down nice. You
Uh,
need to learn some tact.
Well, Would be nice to see you all again. But I'll be in the trawl. If you need me. If I need you, I'm sure I can find you.
Somehow I don't feel any better.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
We're absolutely positive we're just not going to start shooting this thing right now.
No.
No takers? All right.
Ghost, if it's any consolation, they screamed a lot.
You also need to learn tact.
Yeah, I don't think that really helps, but thanks, I guess.
It's nice of you to try.
You're welcome.
And their screen does like a frowny face.
Okay.
She hit that dusty trail now. Get on, little doggy.
He's very
He's seeing you.
large.
I don't lower my gun until Futura is out of the room.
Okay, I think Futura wanders off, but and takes an Uber out of there.
They don't have jetpacks.
No.
Wow, okay.
That went away that I didn't really expect it to.
I don't think anybody expected that.
Nope.
No.
It went pretty well, though, all things considered.
Well, we didn't die, but we will in 30 days. So, where are we going to start? This is fun. It's like a scavenger hunt.
Casually, like, patting the back of this child.
No, the child at this point is. What is going on?
It does.
Admetus will go over, get down to the kid's eye level and say, "It is all right."
No, it's not.
Well, yes, that is true, but we will make it all right. Do you have a name you would like us to call you?
My name is. Let's get out of here now.
Ernestus, should we take the kid out of the room with all the bodies?
Yes. Here.
I was holding the child so that the bodies were like this way. The child was this way.
It
That'd
was
be
kind
very
of all
It
over
was
the
His
room.
head moves.
Yeah.
Jack is
Like,
convinced she did a good job.
The child is facing the other direction, but as that a couple extravagant murderers kind of slough off the ceiling of splat onto the floor.
Yep.
So I guess point of clarification: how old does this child appear to be?
Let's roll for it. No, okay. I think the child is 12.
Okay, because that.
I'm just carrying a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Boy 12, so not quite adolescent. So not adolescent yet.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Jack is kind of strong. I'm okay with this still.
Here, let us go back in the fire truck. You like fire trucks? I know when I was a boy, I liked fire trucks.
What about when you were a girl?
Has not happened yet.
Who are all these people?
Oh, just close your eyes, dear. We're just gonna walk right away. Don't worry about it. We're leaving now.
Ghost, do you want to do something with your friends?
Yeah, Ghost is gonna walk around and grab any good gear that they had. So it's probably doing this while they're talking to the kid.
Okay.
I can burn them. That's what we would usually do.
Yeah, I don't know. They're all pretty secretive. I don't know.
Oh,
I didn't care
right.
too much to figure out more about them, so I don't know if they have family or whatever.
Hey, Ryan, are there any significantly intact body parts that are remaining in the area?
Define significantly intact.
Things that Jack might be able to find a purpose for in the future. At least one joint remains intact.
There are giblets everywhere, so I'm sure you can find something that you like.
pick yourself out something nice.
Oh, I will. So
Yeah.
just close your ears and your eyes, and just maybe hold your breath. It's fine. Just grabs like an entire arm. Just
Whoa,
If Jack is going to start picking up body parts, that message will reach to take the child from her.
Okay.
I've got it. It missed this. I've got it. Don't worry about it.
Maybe it would be best if we did not leave a trace. If they don't have families, fine. If they do have families, they probably don't want to see them like this.
Yeah, it's pretty gross in here.
Okay. Did you get everything you need?
Yeah,
Jack?
I got it.
Jack, did you get everything you need?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Okay, what'd you get, Jack?
I have an arm. No, I have 2 arms.
Right arm, left arm?
Two right arms.
Yeah, I have 2 right arms. Significant amount of skin, and several teeth.
Okay.
I'll allow the
Are you
teeth. I
playing
think
the
the skin.
Ah.
I don't know that you can.
Oh,
get
you're right.
enough
This,
skin.
yeah, the skin wouldn't be intact. Yeah. Can I have a mandible?
You can grab a couple jobs.
Excellent.
Okay, I'm gonna burn the bodies. What's left of them?
Yeah.
All right. So, as you set the interior of Extravagant Murder's hideout ablaze, some of the rest of you had already moved outside, and a couple blocks away where you had parked the fire engine, you see the telltale lights of some of Dredge's enforcers flashing across the walls. What's the color? Because I don't want to do blue and red. Like, what would be what's the enforcers' colors in Dredge? I want pink to be one.
Yellow?
Or like
Pink
hot
and gold.
Pink and gold, dig it.
Yeah.
Pink and gold lights kind of
That's
flashing against the walls. And they seem to be investigating the truck.
Let's not go that way.
Well, I meant to deliver it back personally, but it will get back just the same this way.
Yep. Turn and go the other direction.
Okay. You make your way down the sidewalk. The enforcers seem to be kind of like they have the doors open. They've got some like hyper light, kind of like scanning over the interior, trying to like look through everything. Cool. So you all leave the scene as the building begins to burst into flames behind you.
Good thing they have a fire truck there.
I know they do have a fire truck there, so
Oh, are we not going back to the fire truck?
Nope.
Oh, I liked it.
Can always get another one.
We barely got that one.
Yeah, I was
Because
gonna
we
say,
let
it seems
Franz talking. Franz is not much of a talker.
Braun is so good at talking. What are you talking about?
I know. He doesn't talk to me about like anything that I want him to talk to me about.
Yeah. Well, where are we going to now? Because after all that, I'm really hungry. So I think I'm going to go get a bite.
I know a very good hibachi place. There's a large fire on the table in front of you when they cook the food. That's why I like it. It's warm.
Sure. Sounds
Yay.
like good company.
So, let's get out of here now. Do you have a favorite food?
Are you talking
Who
to
are you talking to?
No, the child.
Oh.
Do not think their name is actually Let's Get Out of Here Now.
Oh no, I know. I was making a joke.
Hold on, let me Google. Favorite food.
it's great.
It's we're just gonna he says a candy.
Baklava. Okay.
Sure. He says baklava.
Okay, we can get that for you. No problem. Oh, you can open your eyes now if you didn't already. Oh, you did. Okay.
He's so freaked out right now. He's not saying anything.
I mean, that makes sense.
So
Come on, let's
All
go
right.
eat.
What's the name of the hibachi place? Fire Festival?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay, Firefest. You go to Firefest. And is this a kind of like a fancy place, or is this like a hole in the wall place?
Oh no, it's like kind of a dump. But the
Okay.
food is very good.
Okay. So
Risa goes there a lot because it's very cheap and there's fire there.
do you know anyone who works there?
Maybe. I hadn't thought that far ahead.
Are they living, or are they like service spots?
Yeah, I think it's mostly bots.
Okay.
But I think Risa thinks they're her friends.
Okay. All right. So as you come in, basically you see several, like hanging from the ceilings, several hibachi kitties hanging from their armatures.
Kitties, Lindsay.
Yeah. And they're like slicing up vegetables and meat and go all these fun things on the grill, squirting oil, flames flying up, smoke out of the onion volcano, all sorts of things. Welcome back, Rissa.
Hello. These are my friends.
Hello, friends.
This thing
Please
seems a bit excessive.
take a seat.
Okay.
Have we been here together before?
You and
I
me?
assume I said yes to it if we've been here together before.
Probably.
Because I wouldn't imagine I would have said no if there weren't any Vitalan friendly food options on the
Yeah.
menu.
Probably. Risa eats here a lot, I think. So probably.
Hibachi's expensive, yo.
No. This is not a nice place. I said Risa thinks the food is very good. You guys don't have to.
This is crappy space hibachi.
It's very
It's very-
bad.
Well, Jack's not eating regardless, but Jack is going to ask for the candy.
Okay. Weirdly, this hibachi grill doesn't serve baklava. Strange,
Huh.
I know, but they don't. They do have that weird ice cream. Just that
Mochi?
weird ice cream that hibachi grills always have.
I love mochi.
I was like,
Mochi.
I legit have never been there.
Yeah.
I have no idea what this place is like at all.
Have you never been to a hibachi grill at all?
No, no, no.
You sit like around the grill at a table and they cook the food in front of you.
It's the thing where they throw shrimp in your mouth and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
They don't all do that.
I don't want people to throw food at me. No.
The
It's very
idea being summed up as, why do they throw shrimp in your mouth?
No, they cook all the food in front of you on the
think we had
grill and then they
different
serve you right there.
Are you talking about high school? No, hibachi grill. Where there's throw the shrimp in your mouth.
Anyway,
Yeah,
It
no.
sounds great.
No, it's
Very
fun. It's fun. Okay, cool.
Very entertaining.
So basically, just a lot of fanfare, like on the in front of you as they kind of flipping around rice and protein and and this, like flames as the oil catches fire just every once in a while. And I think the boy is kind of just like staring forward, like anyone who's watching him would know that he is kind of keeping an eye on the exits and seeing as soon as he can possibly dash away.
Admestus is going to try and teach him to use chopsticks if he doesn't already know how. Just trying to engage the kid in, I'm assuming he's fairly unresponsive, but is just, trying to get him to focus on the meal. Not trying to get information out of him just yet.
Okay. I'm trying to see if there's any moves that this triggers. I don't know that it does.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really
Yeah, you're not trying
Yeah,
to do
been
anything yet. No, I don't think it triggers a move.
working up towards something.
Yeah, just trying to slowly build his trust.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll say like eventually you all get him some version of ice cream, and he warily takes it. And
I think after several minutes of Jack trying to convince this hibachi kitty to make baklava, with Jack not knowing what baklava is.
yeah,
Just makes it.
the kitty unit just kind of like blankly. The lens kind of like blankly focuses in on you, and kind of it just like gradually unfocuses as it's looking at you. As the aperture kind of like changes, and it just gives you like, and then it's like, and then like a armature kind of like, one moment, and then they just go zzz, like slide from the ceiling like all the way into another part of the restaurant. And
Perfect.
though it's hard to tell the different kitty units apart, they don't come back.
They're out. They're done.
Jack looks very pleased with herself, like she succeeded.
All right, so we should probably talk about what we're going to do next.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, well, Jack, you knew it was a person, but you never explained how.
Yeah, how
Oh,
did you
yeah,
know
well,
that?
one time I was operating on this guy, and he was just doing that thing that people do sometimes when I'm like forearm deep in their insides and they change their mind of what they want. So,
Screaming?
yeah, actually. And he was just like, I'll tell you anything you want, just stop, please, And then he told me, like, hey, I can tell you this stuff about the skeleton key. And, so that's how I found out.
And you didn't think that would have been important to our...
I assumed you all knew. I mean, if people are going to scream about it during surgery,
There's a phrase about assumptions and the risks
It's
of them.
not a nice one, Braun. You shouldn't say it at dinner.
Yeah, well, I won't in front of the kid, but let's not assume things in the future and just tell everyone if you perhaps murdered their employer or...
I have never, that I know of, murdered anyone's employer. Well,
I don't think he was talking about you, Jack.
Yeah, so far we are 2 for 6 for crew members leaving out very important information.
I don't understand how it's much different.
Risa, I really wish I had just turned you in at this point.
You would have made so much money.
I would have made a lot of money.
We could be having nice about you right now.
Wait,
Well,
like,
you
how much
could.
money?
I'd probably be dead. I owe them a lot of money. In my defense, it was an accident.
Yes, I'm surprised they're interested in my debt. It was, small fry, chump change compared to what it sounds like you all are in trouble for.
Well, as far as I know, I don't really owe them anything. I just didn't complete the job, so...
I mean, that was kind of me as well, but again, small fry compared to apparently whatever Risa did.
Well, I mean, all I did was save somebody's life and commit a medical miracle, but, it's fine.
I just accidentally burned down some buildings. It was only supposed to be part of one building, but...
I feel like that means you did really good.
Well, that's what I thought, but they disagreed. And that's why me and Braun are friends now, though. So...
Regardless of how or why we're here, and there ain't much we can do about it.
Well, there is one thing. The thing that they told us to do.
I mean, we can't... Yeah, that goes... All right, sure.
So how are we going to find whoever we're looking for?
Well, we got to get information from the kid.
We should give him more ice cream.
That seems like a good start. And keep him away from Jack for a while, too.
What was the last part?
We have to keep the kid away from you for a while.
Why, though?
Because you freak the kid out.
You are still covered in blood.
And
no.
I think there's an arm poking out of your backpack there.
There's two.
Oh, yeah, oh. I thought I squeezed it better. Hold on.
Yeah.
Squish, squish, squelch.
So when we get to wherever we're going to go, Who's gonna hold on? Who's gonna take care of this kid for now?
I'll have you know I'm
No.
very good with children.
No.
I do actually know of an orphanage, though it is tied into my business with our team, so they might be able to draw the connection, but
Well, as far as I know, the
Drop this kid
kids.
off somewhere.
Yeah.
I didn't catch what you said, Morgan.
Oh, you just want to drop this kid off somewhere?
Well, no, but we can't really be taking kid around with us, presumably if
Yes, we can.
this gets...
No.
No, I mean, he's much safer at an orphanage than he is with us.
Is he though? He was in a locked box, and then we got him, and now this guy is like, I want the information that he has. So if we don't hold on to him,
Well, if we can get the information and get what this person's looking for, then the kid's safe, and we can hopefully set them up someplace where they can have a less crappy life.
oh, so we're saying we're going to use the orphanage after we get the information.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I am on board now.
All right.
Or in the meantime, or... if orphanage doesn't work out, I can always take them back to my temple.
I'm just saying I have a spare room in my office.
No. Vetoed. I do not have veto power, but I veto.
Knowing most of the the foster care system and the orphanages around here, I don't know if they'd be better off there or at your temple at Mestis.
It's not
Yes,
a
well-
bad plan.
Well, where does the kid want to go?
Well,
We don't know. He won't talk to us.
are they still scarfing down ice? I assume I was trying to have this conversation in a way that they might not be hearing.
Yeah, I'm assuming. I don't know how the science works out, but yes, that's what I'm assuming.
Like they're at the end of the table eating ice cream, and we're all adults.
We're all squished over on the other side.
Yeah,
yeah,
It's like looking at him.
yeah, exactly.
Maybe,
And I think it's like,
How's the ice cream? Delicious? We can get you more. But also don't have too much. It will upset your stomach. And you don't want to have bodily misfunctions around this one. Pointing to Jack.
I can fix it.
oh, good. Scare the kid more. That sounds good. All right.
Why do you think I'm so scary? I am
Have you-
very nice, I'll have you know.
Have you looked in mirror?
Yes.
Was it working mirror?
Mirrors just function. They don't like work and not work.
It must
You understand?
I don't think that Jack is a good litmus test for what is scary.
Ghost, am I scary?
Getting back to
You
a
have
working
moments.
child.
We need to go back to somebody's place. We can. I don't want to say interrogate. It's not the word I want to use, but we can question the kid there.
Interview?
Maybe somebody go pick up some new clothes for them and some toys or whatever kids that age like.
Fortnite.
Fortnite. Fortnite.
Let him play
17,
on your
I think,
phone.
Just came out. Yeah, maybe some of us go
Okay.
run in there and yeah,
I can figure that out. Pick
and
up some
then
things.
at Mestis, why don't then you can talk to them once they're in a better mood.
Good plan.
Where should we take them?
Currently, the boy is slurping a slurp.
I mean, I don't mind going back to my place, but I mean,
I have a spare
I don't
room.
have a better option. Are there currently any bodies within 50 feet of it?
No, what 50 feet?
We should go to Braun's place. It's nice.
Fine.
It's simple.
It has a couch.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the pull-out couch?
No. I need another drink.
What does
time of
Braun
day-
drink?
Other than Diet Slurp.
Space whiskey.
Oh, so okay, all right.
Probably. I don't know how they serve. I imagine it's what they are currently drinking. Assuming this place, I made the assumption, but again, it's your call whether they have a Vitalan friendly menu here. But some sort of mix of whiskey and blood.
Literal Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary.
Hey, they have a lot of raw meat, so
A Bloody Marty.
poor Marty.
Yikes. So this is what I think, because this establishment probably isn't set up to take care of every single hydration need of every single species in the galaxy. So maybe it's probably a BYOD sort of situation, where you buy the whiskey there, but you probably are used to having at least some on your person.
I have 5 rations, which for me are blood rations.
Okay, yeah. Then
so I can spend those.
Yeah, we'll spend one of those, since I'm assuming you're not actually eating here.
No, I'm sort of lumping this in if at some point we're taking a rest or something. This will be included in the rest that you take for sure. Okay. Yeah, I'll spend that. Yeah, so I imagine I've got like a Capri Sun of blood that
That's exactly what I'm
squirt into the, like, I just have them. It's like, give me a tall glass, just 2 fingers. Yeah, and they come over with the big glass, and then I just take it and just like squeeze it in.
Yep.
Nice.
It's like, what's that BAC? Enough.
It does bring a whole new meaning onto.
I know, right? All right.
Or ABC.
Is it ABC?
I think it'd be A. Well, no, I think this would be
alcoholic blood content.
Okay, yeah. That's funny. All right. Okay. So you all are you're relocating. Where are you going? You're leaving Firefest. Where is Firefest, by the way? Is it like, who do you live close to there, Rissa? I would imagine you wouldn't like travel all across town to get here.
Risa's currently living on Bronze Couch.
So it's probably close.
Okay, so it is close by for sure. Okay, excellent. And this is one of those cities that's probably, or part of strata of Dredge that's a little bit higher on the sea level from the trawl, but not by much. I'm trying to think, what would be a good name for like that bottom layer? Would it be like scum or something like that, or like
refuse?
No.
Silt? Swill?
Silt. I like silt.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. All right, we'll do silt. Cool. So you live in the silt. So Bron, you can describe this as you lead everyone to your dwelling. Describe what it looks like as you unlock the door, or if you or whatever, as you what your digs look like.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much as cheap as anyone can live while not being in the dreg. So silt is, just right above it. It's probably in a pretty, maybe not run down, but old area of town. Because Bron's probably lived there for 30 or 40 years now. And probably like a 3rd story studio apartment. You walk in, open, nothing but like concrete and concrete pillars, just totally bare, kind of Spartan lifestyle. Windows on the far side looking out into like a horrible view of the building next door or something. Maybe blocked halfway by a sign that's on the building. And that there's a couch that faces a whatever would constitute as like a screen or a TV or whatever screen, like the one piece of tech in the room. Just a little kitchenette with with like nothing in it, and a cot that functions for a bed on the other side of the room. But otherwise, almost nothing except a dog bed for Helsing,
Who immediately goes over there, kind of like does a couple turns and then lies down, picking up a toy from the floor, and the toy, which is of course,
I think it is a. We'll just go with a stuffed duck because it's always what we end up with on stream.
Okay. There's a stuffed Howard the Duck,
space duck.
Yeah, that
two heads.
It does have 2 heads, but not where you'd think they'd be. And Helsing is just kind of chewing on that. It is a well-loved toy. Yeah. So you all enter the apartment. What happens next?
I dump all my stuff on the couch.
Oh shit! You really need to clean up your stuff.
It's not even that much stuff.
It's everywhere. There's cans of Diet Schlorp all over the ground. Can you please just pick up after yourself?
Can you buy better Schlorp?
No.
Okay.
I didn't buy this. I don't know where you got it.
Exactly. You guys are picking up cans.
Jack immediately walks into the kitchen and opens the fridge and the freezer.
Nothing except for whatever leftover Schlorp there is for Risa or whatever Risa might keep in the fridge. In the freezer, there are probably no, probably not in the freezer. In the fridge, there are probably the remaining Capri Sun bags of blood in there.
There's probably a couple like to go containers or bags from Firefest as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
They'll probably reek. They've probably been there too long.
Yeah. One of them is the culprit, but we don't know which one.
Jack just nods like this is what she expected and closes the door, pulls out a notebook and takes some notes.
Do you really have to do that?
What?
Nothing.
Okay.
Next, you're going to ask me where my coffin is or something.
Are you dead? Are you dead?
No, it's a common myth. Never mind. Everybody make yourself comfortable.
When you say that question, the boy kind of looks for a second.
What?
And then once you look back at him, he just like kind of freaks out and looks forward.
Uh-oh.
Jack opens the next cabinet. I'm just saying she's basically invading your privacy completely unless somebody stops her.
I don't stop you at that point. I'm just going to let you placate yourself. There's nothing in them. Maybe like a couple of paper plates. But.
She's legit just looking at your life and your choices and taking notes on how you exist as a person. Because she's creepy like that.
I'm going to ask a question. There's not a great way to do this in Dungeon Worlds. I find myself wanting to ask for a history check, but that's not how Dungeon World works. So instead I'm going to ask who's been here the longest.
In the city?
5 of you. In this planet or the city, yeah.
I volunteer Jack as tribute.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I've been...
Yeah, you're kind of newish. Well, actually, you've been here for...
I said about 40 years.
40 years? Never mind. I think.
Oh, it's Braun.
I think it's Braun. Yeah. So this kid, the markings on him. And I think even Wexford mentioned this. The kid's Necrosi. Necrosi is a people that come from a world within this sector, a few solar systems away. You know that I'm going to have you roll lore, and we'll see how much I'll add to that.
Okay, spout lore.
Yeah, spout lore. I'm going to say one more thing. Like the common knowledge about Necrosi is like they're just like they mess with magic involving the dead all the time.
Okay. No, unsurprisingly, this is like the one check that Helsing can't help me with. Well, that's an 8.
Nice.
Oh wait, let me double check. I might have a minus on that.
Well, even
7.
still.
Yeah.
Even still. So, spot lore. I can tell you something interesting. It's on you to make it useful. Okay. Necrosi families, they pass on their wealth from generation to generation in the form of their own bodies being added to an undead workforce for that family. So, to put it in another way, a Necrosi family will have many servants of undead that are strictly within their own family.
So when the kid looked at me from mentioning the coffin, it was more so a relationship to their ties to the Necrosi.
Yeah, when someone said just said are you dead or something like that. I forget exactly the way that Jack worded it, but
that was exactly it. Are you dead?
Are you dead? And the Necrosi kid just kind of like glanced at you real quick. But yeah.
Okay. I turn to Ghost and say, so you said you had an idea for something that might keep the kid entertained for a bit?
Yeah, I think I got something. And I think in Ghost Bag they have like something similar to like a Game Boy. So whatever the future version of that is.
Yeah,
they just mess with.
It's Game Them.
Game Them. Yes. So they probably have that. And there's like, I can go get some clothes for the kid, but it might take me a minute.
Sounds like a good plan.
Jack, I assume you've already taken measurements of the child. Why do you not go with Ghost, find something that fits?
That's unfortunate. We'll move on.
I don't see why. Ghost is perfectly capable.
Do you trust them to be as precise in their measurements as you would be?
I don't know why you need to be precise in the measurements of clothing. It's just covering your nakedness.
You clearly have not worn form-fitting clothing before.
No, that's as form-fitting as you wear.
Just like pose a bit.
Clearly.
Yeah.
I find my
Flexes the
precision
pecs.
more satisfying in other avenues. Are you just trying to get rid of me, basically, is my question.
Because the child is scared of you.
You keep saying these things like it's a certainty.
Young child, are you scared of this one?
I think that answers your question.
No, I don't think so. There literally wasn't an answer. Like, objectively, I'm just saying, like, objectively, there wasn't
Context clues. Why don't you go Ghost?
You can come with me, or you could just sit very quiet in the corner.
I'll go with Ghost, I guess. But if anything interesting happens, somebody had better tell me.
Don't worry, we will.
Fine.
So,
Okay.
where are you taking Jack and yourself?
So I think one of the houses that Ghost has infiltrated before
Mm-hmm.
probably had like a kid about that size and age. So
Where's this going?
is gonna sneak into that house.
Okay.
And steal some clothes.
All right. We're gonna roll some tricks of the trade for you to sneak through and like unlock the doors and get out of there with.
Okay.
Nary a worry. So roll me tricks of the trade.
All right. Let's see, it's Dex.
Chip.
That's a 6. So
So you definitely set off an alarm.
heck.
Several of the interior doors just like kind of like naturally just snap shut as these hydraulics like the house locks down. And in the near distance, there's a couple of patrolling drones that suddenly the telltale pink and gold lights begin to flash and start to whir in the direction of the home. What do you do?
I think we gotta go. I'm not on my game tonight.
I mean, I assumed that when the alarms went off. Yeah, let's go.
Okay. You run off into the night away from the house. Looks like you're gonna have to use money to solve this puzzle. Okay, so we're gonna spend is there anything real quick that the apartment team wants to do before we take a break?
Probably nothing quick if we're going to talk to the kid. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then let's just start the break now, and we will be back soon, everybody. Especially Greyberg. We surely appreciate the follow, and we will be back shortly. Yeah, rock and roll, everybody. All right, bye. Hello again, everybody. We are back with part 2 of this session. So, let's get dangerous. Where last we left off, Ghost and Jack were running away from a botched home invasion. So, where we're gonna go back to right now is I'm not in Roll20 for some reason, but we're gonna go back to Braun's apartment and check in on Braun, Risa, and Admestus.
Has the kid taken up the game then? Is that what you said?
Yeah, a game they
Game day.
playing that, enjoying it. I guess. What's the game that they're playing? What's the hot thing in Dredge?
It's not Fortnite.
It's Pokemon. I'm trying to think of some obscure part of the bandwidth that hasn't already been covered by this point in the franchise.
Have they done Greek letters yet?
Yeah, actually, because they did. What was it? Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby.
I think it's
Dang
Pokemon Basalt.
Just the most obscure minerals now.
No, yeah, we'll say it's some sort of like pet collection game.
I like it.
that a different species had created it, and it translates into common as pet collector. So,
Can I watch your game?
yeah.
Okay. I don't do anything else. I just sit there and watch.
Okay. Seems to be pretty familiar with it. And knows all the controls and begins to go like there's a few like branching paths that you can take in the game, and each time seems to go down a specific path. Seems like he's trying to go for a specific kind of run.
You're very good at this game.
I'm alright. My sister's way better.
You have a sister? That's nice. I wish I had a sister. I just have a weird brawn.
I heard that.
I know.
He's kind of like almost grand.
I've got a rope toy and I'm playing with Helsing right now.
Did you have any real pets? Or just game pets?
I have a lot of pets.
Well, that's cool. I wish I had pets.
You'll have a Braun.
That's true.
Which, by the way, I think Admessus is doing like one-armed push-ups over in a corner.
You're the one that'll never take Helsing for a walk, so I don't really trust you with my pets.
He won't let me. He's very stubborn. He doesn't like to walk, Braun.
Yeah, that's why I keep trying to get you to do it.
So, what kind of pets do you have? Are they like the ones in the game?
No.
No, they're much cooler, I bet. Yeah. Are they at your home, where you live?
Mm-hmm.
Where is that? Is that nearby? Or far away?
I think it's far.
Oh, I'm from far away too. It's okay. So how did you get here?
I don't really know.
Well, that's okay. You're here now.
Are you all gonna let me go home?
Yeah. We just have to figure some stuff out first. Like where your home is and who we should get you back to. And who brought you here. That's important too. But if you can help us figure all that stuff out, then we can figure out where to go.
What? I don't think this is my planet.
Do you know what your planet is called?
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me?
No Croatia.
Okay. Well, we have a friend who's very good with computers and things. Like you are. I bet we can find it on a map.
Think?
Positive. You don't
And,
remember at all how you got here?
Oh, I was home. And we were taking some kind of test. And then I wasn't home.
Where were you?
I don't know. Kind of a white room,
Okay.
and my legs hurt. And then everything was dark for a long time. And then I heard a lot of noise, and you all were there.
We do make a lot of noise sometimes. That must have been scary.
Sorry, Ryan, what did he say was hurt? His legs or his eyes?
His legs.
Legs.
Legs. Upon hearing that, Nessus would stop and kind of come over and, crouching down by him. Do your legs still hurt?
Mm-hmm.
I can try to assist you with that, if you would like.
What are you gonna do?
I believe in a goddess who sometimes grants me the power to help those who have been hurt or injured. So it will not really be me helping you, it will be my goddess.
I think he just kind of like looks at you. The expression of bewilderment, but or I think just wonder tinged with bewilderment.
Do you know of gods and goddesses? There are mighty beings who are bigger than any of us, and yet no different from you or I, but they grant us the strength and the power to do many miraculous things at times. This is just a small miracle I can perform, and it will make the pain go away.
He just watches you discerningly.
I will slowly reach out to put my hand on his leg, see if he flinches.
I think there's like a little bit of a like, and then he, gives you permission to go ahead. Give it a shot.
Put my hand on his legs, mutter a little prayer, and I would like to use my lay on hands ability.
Okay.
So when you touch someone skin to skin, so I made slide a pant leg up, and pray for their well-being. Roll plus charisma. On a 10 plus, you heal the damage or remove a disease. On a mixed success, they're healed, but I take the damage or disease.
Okay.
So that should be good. That is a 9 total. So
fantastic.
So heal 1d8 damage or remove a disease, but then I will take that condition.
Okay. So here's what's going to happen. Okay. So what's going to happen is these are GM sheets. Stuff. You touch his legs and you draw out this ache that's kind of cradled within this kid's very bones, and you draw it into yourself, and you try to kind of send it further out and just kind of let it disperse into essentially another dimension of being, but it doesn't quite get there. And you take in that pain in yourself, and your shins and knees and I guess femurs begin to ache, like a pretty all-encompassing bone ache. And you have currently the debility known as shaky, which means you're going to be unsteady on your feet, and you've got a shake in your hands. It's just going to affect your dex rolls. It's a -2 to dex rolls.
-2 or -1? Looks like according to the sheet, it's just -1.
Then that's fine. Yep, you're right. I'm thinking masks. But
Gotcha.
Yep, you're right. -1.
Yep. Admetus will do his best to hide that he has taken on any kind of debilitation from the child, and just say, "See, all better now."
And his face lights up. He's like, and just kind of looks at you and looks back at his legs and is kind of rubbing them and and then but it's still very uncomfortable in the whole situation, but it kind of seems very excited.
And I just realized we never introduced ourselves to you, did we? My name is Admetus. You may call me just Addy if you prefer.
Addy. I'm Trio.
Trio, that is a very nice name.
You can call me Risa. That's Braun.
Yeah, my name is Braun, and this little fella is Helsing.
Hello, Helsing.
Well, say hi. Come on, we need this.
All right. Helsing reluctantly goes over and Geo kind of like pats on the top of Helsing's head in like a little bit weird way that kids do, like just kind of it's like just like hitting them on the head.
Yeah.
No, which dogs do not like, generally speaking. But yeah, we're gonna take a quick pause in this scene as you all are getting close to Trio, and we're gonna go to see what's happening to Ghost and Jack as they have evaded the drone cops. Are you gonna stop by like a Walmart or something instead?
Well, I'm not having a good night. I could try again, or I guess we could just buy some stuff for the kid.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know. Unless you got a better idea.
I haven't bought clothes for like 5 years, so...
Well, stuff you're wearing is holding up pretty good then.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a little bit of cash. Clothes probably
Oh,
don't
I've
cost
got
too
some
much.
money.
All right. Well, yeah, I guess we go to Walmart.
All right, what's the name of this?
Walmart.
There's a clothing store somewhere. What is it? What is it?
Never 22.
I like it.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
Actually,
It's
that's
for-
probably where Ghost shops.
It's for a specific kind of species that is like the mayfly of the stars. They
never quite get there.
yeah, an elder like their entire life cycle is about 12 years. So never 22. Let's see. I'm looking at this thing. I'm gonna say. Oh, that's interesting.
You want to elaborate on that thing you said?
Yeah, in a second. I'm just looking at different finery. Well, I think this counts as like a. You're not getting like super nice clothes, right?
Probably not. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna say this
Something
counts.
comfortable.
Okay, this isn't gonna. It's not expensive. It's just gonna cost 2 coins.
Okay.
Great.
Or 2 coins. Yeah, we'll just say coins. Let's not pretend that it's anything
Jack
else.
definitely goes in and does none of the shopping and just like looks at Ghost like,
Like holds various clothes up. I think they were about this big.
oh yeah, mm-hmm.
Okay. Also, that hat. We should get that hat
Why?
because it looks cool.
Okay.
All right. So you, what clothes do you buy? Do you just pick any kind of kids' clothes, or do you like try to like go for some sort of outfit?
Yeah, probably gets like, actually probably gets clothing like very similar in style to like what Ghost wears.
Cool.
Yeah, just like jeans and like a cool shirt, maybe like a hoodie and a ball cap, flat cap.
Cool. Awesome. All right. So you all collect that and you get it for fairly cheap, 2 coins. So go ahead and mark that off your sheet, and you all start making your way back towards the apartment where we find Amestus, Risa, and Braun talking with Trio. What's next?
I feel like even before we open the door, Jack just like yells through the door, "Prepare yourself, I'm coming back!"
Kind of Trio, not like visibly flinches. As he like, and I think at this point between then and now, like y'all have given one like a Schlorp soda, and he just kind of like chokes on it a little bit and like spits out a little bit.
Did you have to yell that, Jack?
I thought it would be nice for them to have a warning.
Jack
I
is not
guess.
as scary as she seems.
But don't worry, we'll keep her away from you anyway.
She's just a little weird.
And then we open the door.
Jack goes to like really slowly open the door.
I told you she was weird.
Trio kind of like squinches into the couch like a little bit behind Risa.
So is it okay for me to come in or what? Like,
Yeah, just close the door. I'm not paying to air condition the outside.
pardon me.
Okay, Dad.
What? The rent on this place just keeps going up. I really can't afford any more utilities.
I'm just saying I have a spare room off of my office. Like,
Nope.
oh my gosh.
Not that desperate.
Where would I live?
It's a pretty big room.
It's all right size. Might be a little tight for two. Anyways, we got some cool clothes for you, kid. If you want to change out of what you're wearing.
And I don't know if I ever described what he's wearing, but I think it's like a step not too far off from like a smock that someone wears at a hospital.
Oh.
So they take the bundle of clothes or he takes the bundle of clothes and goes into the restroom to change.
So
You all have a moment to talk amongst yourselves.
what happened while we were gone?
We found out his name was Trio, and that he doesn't really remember much of what happened. He was at his home planet, taking a test, then he wasn't there, then he was in the box, then we found him.
In between, he was in a white room.
Ryan, does this ring any bells for me?
Not the white room. No, that seems kind of. You do. I think you have a dim memory of, or at least you're like aware of what some different surgical rooms might look like, and some of them have that aesthetic that is more for making the patient feel like the place is clean than it is for actually serving a functional purpose. It's more for like setting people at ease. So you've heard of something like that.
Yeah, but it's still like a very general sense.
Yes.
I also don't know if any of you are aware of this, but the kid's necrosis.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Go on.
well, if we're talking about a home planet, we have a general direction now.
Ghost, could you maybe find it on the map?
Yeah, and I mean, now that we have a planet, maybe check see if there's like a missing person report or something.
That's a good place to start.
It still doesn't answer the question of this key and finding the location of whatever this key opens.
I don't know that Trio's going to know that.
Also, was that even our job?
It is our job, yes.
I thought our job was to find out who did it.
Well, I think finding the thing we'll find out pretty quick.
That sounds like more steps, though.
Well, whoever it is that did this is probably going to cover their tracks pretty well. If we find the thing they want before they do, then we've got bargaining chip. And with some leverage, we might be able to get out of this thing without getting Futura'd.
It is kind of our only lead.
Admestus, you mentioned the kid. I think Risa, you did too. This kid's legs were hurting.
Yes, they no longer hurt him. I took it away, but the goddess did not see fit to dispel it entirely, and now I have the affliction.
Oh, do you know?
Where does it feel like it hurts?
in the legs, but it is also a bit of everywhere. And kind of hold out his hand, and there are slight tremors to it.
That guy Wexford, I might be remembering this wrong, but I think he said something about them putting the key inside the boy.
Oh yeah, no, you remember correctly.
Yes.
It's hidden in his DNA or genetic code, I think is specifically what he said.
So I do not think I took that out of the child, but...
No, but I'm wondering if there might be some more clues related to this pain, and maybe specifically inside.
That was going to be my follow-up question. Did Trio say that his legs have always hurt him, or was it after the White Room, or...
Sounded like it was after.
Does this ring any bells?
Roll me a lore.
Oh, I sure
Spot
will.
lore. Spot lore.
Is that int? Perfect.
It isn't.
How do I roll? Click. Well, it's a 5. I have a +2, and I got a 5.
Ouch.
Boo. Hiss.
I'm a bad doctor, you guys.
Does it say what do I just this? Because I want to do fun things. No, it doesn't have a fail state. So
Just means you get to hurt him however you want.
yeah. Okay.
Really? Is that what that means?
So yeah.
Yeah, makes
So
it hard to move. Yeah.
So I am making, another rule of Dungeon World is you're not supposed to say your moves out loud. So
Yeah.
I won't say this out loud. Continue.
Yeah, I don't know, actually. I was hoping that by you answering the question that would, make me think of something, but really, nothing happened there. So...
Well, sorry about that.
Thank you.
Do you have access to scanning equipment or something you can use to scan the boy's legs without having to open them up?
What do you take me for?
Someone who likes being forearm deep in people.
Yeah.
I could take a blood sample or a tissue sample and observe the genetic code through a microscope or other thing, but...
I mean, that's fine too, but I also want to know if there's something to this pain as well.
Yeah. I do too.
We can always take him to a hospital and they can see an actual doctor.
Excuse me very much, sir.
You're excused.
I suppose if it will help us for the boy, I would also allow you to see what the shakiness is in me. But if you attempt to add anything to me, I break all your fingers.
Of course not, I'm a doctor. There has to be some sort of consent.
A doctor who likes adding extra limbs and organs to
Typically,
their patients.
People, they consent to this at the time.
Also, the transcript of this session, doctor is in quotation marks every single time you say it. But continue.
Yes, I'd be happy to help.
Good.
Maybe we should not do that right now, though. Well,
Oh, yeah, no, I don't have... No, we need a sterile environment, of course.
and we don't want to freak the kid out too much more than you've already kind of freaked him out.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is a job for tomorrow.
Okay.
We've got less than 30 days, so...
Well, fortunately, it doesn't take that long to centrifuge a blood sample.
All right. Well, I need sleep now, so y'all get out.
I think we leave Braun, Reese, and the child here. I will go with the doctor to start this testing. Ghost, if you would accompany us just to make sure she does not try anything funny.
I would never while you were conscious.
I mean, I basically live there, so as far as going to be going anyways.
Would we have known that Ghost lives with Jack? Question mark.
I don't know, would you?
We'll say no. Just
No. I guess not.
Curious. But let us go.
I try to get Amessus to hang back for a second before he leaves with the others.
And yeah, Messis would want to say bye to Trio before heading out anyway. So.
Got a second?
Yes.
You leave. Just keep an eye out. I have this gut feeling that somebody's going to come after this boy pretty soon. I'm going to post up, and Risa and I will keep watch, make sure nobody comes here, but just keep your head on a swivel. And I'll keep my comms open in case something does go wrong.
Good to know. Yes, we'll definitely be keeping an eye out.
All right.
Jack, how far away do you live from wherever Braun is?
Hey, Braun, how far away would you require to live from Jack to be comfortable?
I mean, I lived here first, so I imagine you could have taken up the shop
That's
wherever
true.
you wanted. I don't know. How close do you need to be to the hibachi restaurant?
I'm 0%.
That's the only other point of interest
No.
that we know in this area at this point. So
I don't know, 5 blocks. Is that far? I don't know.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and say that is yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna say it's about 5 blocks, but it's only 2 over and 3 down.
I like that very much, thank you.
So yeah.
Because Jack lives in a terrible location. So if Braun was like, this is just one level above, like the worst place to live.
Yeah.
Jack is like in between that and the worst place you could live.
Yeah. So like in those Clearasil commercials where they're showing like the the diorama of a pimple.
Gross.
Like Jack lives right in the center of that pimple.
Nice.
Okay.
good visual.
Good vish.
Gross.
Good vish.
So Misters, how are you feeling?
Mostly of strong mind and body, but the shakiness is new. And I imagine this is what the boy had.
Sure, yeah, okay. So, do you want to, like, when we get back, like, do you want just, like, blood work done? Do you want me to, like, give it a good look-see? I just was trying to get the level playing field here, so I know what I'm working with.
Some blood work, whatever else you have that is non-invasive.
I can work with that.
Can you?
Yeah,
Okay, just making sure.
We'll
there
find
was
out.
a heavy sigh before.
As I have feeling this is not something I can simply sleep off, and as has been made abundantly clear, we are working on deadline. So the sooner we can cure me of this, the sooner I can be at peak performance.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. That's what I'm here for. Peak performance, yes. Don't worry.
Shaking their head.
Dr. Hyde will make it all better.
So Ghost, why are you staying with Creepy Doctor?
That's hurtful.
I don't know. She lets me sleep on her couch sometimes. And I don't have much other place to go.
Doctor, why are you sheltering? Shelter may not be best verb, but Ghost, you are young, yes? Not as young as Trio, but young.
Yeah. I don't know exactly, but I'm older than Trio, yeah.
I have many questions and do not think I will get many answers.
I'm full of answers. I like Ghost. Ghost is a good.
Thanks.
Ghost, you tell me if this woman has ever harmed you.
Excuse me.
No, she is not. And does like an X comes up on the screen. Kind of the opposite.
Well, okay then.
I'm a doctor.
You're also at least twice their age.
And?
There are some who would look
Ugh,
askance.
gross, it's not like that.
Just making sure.
I appreciate your concern, but at the same time it offends me. Does that make sense?
Yes, but if there's one thing you must know about me and my belief system, it is that those who abuse their power are the worst kind of people.
Mm-hmm. 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 Well, this is my place.
All right, so you get to the place.
Lets everybody in.
Okay, well, we did with Braun, so let's do with Jack. What does your place look like?
Oh, man. Okay, I feel like it used to be, or it was originally intended to be some sort of lobby or office of an apartment building. Like, it's probably like the bottom floor of an apartment building.
Okay.
That is used for various other purposes now. So when you walk in, it's like a sort of shallow room, wide, that is has some chairs. Like, Jack has attempted to make it look like a waiting room of a doctor's office. But
horrible. Okay, cool. Continue.
but nobody. There's nobody at the secretary desk, the reception desk. And so there's just this empty doorway that goes to the back, and then she's like, "Come on, come in." And so then the back room is this much, much longer room where there probably used to be several other rooms, either for sorting mail or other sort of things that all the walls have been knocked out, and now she uses it as her doctor's office.
Okay.
So there are tables, a bunch of very bright, cool colored white lights, the ones that hurt your eyes after a while. Lots and lots and lots and lots of bobbleheads on shelves, along tables, around desks, all over. And they're all most of them are solar, have a little solar panel on them, so they're constantly, they don't have to do the thing, they just are constantly bobbling. So it's terrifying, basically. Whimsically terrifying is basically the vibe. And then there are two other side doors on the eastern wall of this office that go to some rooms, bedrooms and other such things. Like the spare room and ghost room.
Excellent. So there's okay, cool. So you all post up around there. We're gonna come back to you all in a bit. We're gonna go back to the apartment where Braun and Risa are.
I guess I'm gonna let the kids sleep on the cot, assuming they're tired. At this point, they want to go to sleep, or when they get tired. If I need to go run out and get some food or get something, then I will. But
we'll just say that after a Schlorp soda and eating some of the Firefest leftovers, they start after a kind of a harrowing experience, they just kind of fall into a light sleep on the couch, and they're facing towards the back of the couch, the way they're curled up.
Before he went to sleep, I got him to show me how to make another save file on this game so I could try it.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. So that happened, and you can play.
I'm trying to play this game.
Okay.
But which did you pick as your starter? The most important question.
I don't
Yep.
think Risa even knows what that means.
There's one pet that has fire.
That one.
Yep.
Bron,
There's
Yeah.
Zardachar.
look at my pet.
So is this real, or is this is this
No.
pet something
So
for
the
your
way he explained it to me, it's just in the computer.
So this is a kind of like a mix of like Pokemon and like a Tamagotchi. So like if you don't feed all the Pokemon, they die in the balls.
Good thing I only have one. Okay, I'm just going to keep this one pet. But no, it's like a fake, like a pretend pet.
So what's the point?
I don't kill a real pet.
Fair enough.
I don't know. He liked it, so tried to get him to show me I'm not good with computers.
That's good. Well, and Braun's probably just sitting in a chair, kind of like next, like across from the couch, and is trying to quietly sharpen their recon blade.
And Jack's scary. It's fine.
Well, once he goes to sleep, I'm not doing it when he's awake.
Oh, so if he wakes up in the middle of the night, you're just sharpening a knife.
I'm away from the bed. It's like the other side of the room. I'm not standing over his body, measuring his limbs and sharpening my blade.
I was subtle.
And then probably cleaning his weapon, and then I just so Risa, I go, we're probably gonna need to be on shift tonight for to keep watch, so
Yeah.
I'll take the first one if you want to catch some sleep. And
Play this game.
Cool. There's an actual role for this. Special moves. Take watch.
yeah.
Before you do that, though, I'm gonna find out what the other crew is doing before they like. Are you gonna do anything before y'all turn in, or?
Yeah, the only thing that I'm gonna do before I actually like we settle up and like get ready for the night, I think I am going to leave for a moment and head out and kind of do a once around the block.
You kind of carouse? No, I'm kidding.
With Helsing, and just look for anyone, because I've lived here for a while. I'm just looking for anyone that's out of the ordinary or out of place.
Okay.
Your
So-
weapons don't need any repairs, do they? Before you leave.
Not yet, but we'll see how the night goes.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, I'm looking at this thing. I think so. This is different from what. Oh, you know what? I was thinking of like the Take a Perilous Journey, where like you have to like pick 3 different players who have different roles. Take Watch is just one person doing one role. So I'm gonna have you roll the Take Watch role, and only Braun, as Braun does a sweep of the area.
Okay.
Before we find out what happens with that, though, I want to see if the Jack team is doing anything before they turn in.
I'm gonna take a blood sample
From
Edmestus.
Okay.
From Ghost. No, from Edmestus.
Okay.
So he makes just like a little patch on the nano suit disappear so you can access the veins.
All right. Excellent. So you do that, collecting some of Amesis's good blood.
Also, I have a move.
The best blood.
I have a move called Flesh Mend. So
Okay.
instead of just getting a blood sample, I don't know, like if we could have this be like the hours of working to try and figure this out.
What does Fleshman do?
Whenever I would use my medical skills to patch up wounds and or fix the broken bodies of others, roll plus int.
This is okay. I feel like this scenario, if you're just gathering information with a blood sample, that is neither mending wounds or.
Okay,
trying-
I just didn't know if we were trying to fix it or just having him suffer while I read.
Well, that is up to
blood.
the two of you.
Yeah,
if you're-
Nestus.
I mean, I think depending on how long it would take her to figure out whatever may be in the blood, whatever sickness it is.
I have no idea.
Yeah, but no. if it's going to be, chill for an hour or so, and Messis would stick around. Otherwise, he'd come back in the morning to find out what's up.
Oh yeah, so what I'm imagining is I'm going to take a blood sample, centrifuge it, which will literally take an hour, separate the blood into its separate particulates, and then I'm going to look at the proteins and other DNA products and stuff that are in the blood and see what I can see that is different from what should be normal.
So, you just successfully do this over the course of the next hour or so. Maybe 2 hours. I don't know how long it takes, but it seems like it probably takes a while. You find absolutely nothing wrong with his blood.
So good news, you're fine.
Holds out the shaky hand. Evidently not.
Bad news, you're obviously not fine.
Messis, I don't know how many times you've done this, but sometimes when you we'll just say that you've done this enough to know that it is a possibility that sometimes when you draw something out of an individual, it may not actually be a disease. It may not actually be a physical thing that you are pulling into yourself. It might actually just be the pain.
Okay.
So, in a manner of speaking, it's psychosomatic, but
Gotcha. Well, sometimes this happens, but I don't know if this actually proves one thing or another in regards to the child. But this may just be something I must... In the past, when I've done this, I've had to rest for a few days. But I do not know if we have a few days for me to rest.
Well, I can certainly speed it along. That would definitely be more efficient, don't you think?
Yes, it would.
We don't have to start now. I mean, you can sleep in pain and, like, if you want, we can start tomorrow. Or we could start now and potentially you could... It's completely up to you.
Let's get this over with, but first let me conduct my evening prayers.
Your what?
I must give honor and glory to the goddess.
Yes, of
Especially
course.
if I am to keep up this holy quest I've taken upon myself in regards to the child. I assume
Yeah.
it will be over and done with by now, but I can see that this will be a longer ordeal.
Mm-hmm.
And so Messis is going to just drop down onto the floor and start doing some push-ups. It's basically going through a little body weight workout routine as he's saying a few different kinds of prayers, which if you give me time I can actually come up with some, but mostly stuff about the goodness and the righteousness of using your strength and your power to assist others, defending the weak, that sort of thing.
love it. Cool. Ooh.
I feel like Jack tries to stay and observe and then is like, I'm weirded out, and just leaves. And tries to go hang out in Ghost Room if they'll let her.
I should also maybe specify for these exercises, the nanosuit retracts down to the barest of what is modest.
Well done.
Yeah. The barest of what is modest is 0. Just kidding. I don't know.
Oh boy.
I don't know.
Ghost is definitely in the room.
I guess just sneaks back into the room.
Okay, I'm good. Yeah.
So you had quite a day, Ghost.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of want to look into maybe trying to find this planet stuff, but now I'm all worried I'm gonna mess it up somehow. It's not been.
Well, you can't erase the planet, so.
Yeah, but I could get caught poking around and things.
In a public map?
Well, because then I was gonna try to look in some public records and maybe see if I can find this kid.
Ooh, do you think you could find out what shipping thing the box that he was in came in on? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, you were, of course you're already at it. Of course.
I haven't started yet, though. Kind of distracted by whatever he's doing up there.
Yeah! He called it prayers. It didn't really look like prayers.
I mean, I guess everyone's got a different way of doing stuff.
That's true.
I swear he was wearing clothes earlier.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like smoke clothes.
Like, meanwhile, he's just like, is it enough that like Amessis is like getting sweaty and like
Yeah, definitely working up a sweat.
gross? So yeah, Ghost is gonna try to do some hacking stuff. Gonna try to maybe find like a record of this kid somewhere.
Okay. Go ahead and roll
He's
me
been rolling
a.
so good today.
Yeah. How about you go ahead and earn some XP for yourself?
Yeah, perfect. Well, I guess
We'll do a
Am I
discern
discerning?
reality.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. All right. Another 5.
Oh, no. Oh no.
Oh god.
Since I'm also in the room, could I potentially be like creeping over their shoulder maybe?
Sure.
Great. So I just roll wisdom, right?
Like what wait, to do
I don't know
what? To
You're
creep
just
over
looking
their
over.
shoulder?
Oh,
You
I don't know. I'm
don't
trying to
wisdom for
also
that.
roll discern realities, Ryan.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, that's not gonna work. You
Dang.
could try to aid, but the best you could do would be a +1. So
Oh, yeah,
like,
well.
there's not really anything you can do to help. But if you want to creep, you can creep. I'm not gonna
I
stop.
always want to creep.
All right, okay, so you're creeping. So
Yeah, maybe while you're creeping, like maybe you do see that like I think this makes sense. Like maybe like Ghost's hands are like twitching a lot more and just like they're actually like it's hard to tell when they're wearing them because they're always wearing the helmet, but they seem a little shaken up about what is happening today, even though they're trying to play it cool.
so
That's why I'm sucking so hard today.
as
Oh.
you continue to, do your queries and then send out a bunch of you write up a quick couple of like basically like web crawlers or like bots that were going to like scour certain like databases throughout the universe, and you send these out, and you notice at a certain point these bots that you've created that self kind of propagate begin to strangely be kind of like be erased, and like imagine this web of networks as you send out all these feelers, and then suddenly one branch starts to get like chewed up and like starts coming back towards, and then like the other branch starts to get corrupted and starts to pull back towards, and this like web begins to retract, leading closer and closer and closer to the origin computer that you have sent these out from.
Yeah, noticing that is probably gonna shut it down.
How do you shut it down?
I think is going to maybe like sort of like activate essentially like a VPN that sort of like masks their location and then disconnects by like physically just shutting it off.
Okay.
But
So-
like tries to like hop and like make it seem like they were in a different location from where they're at now.
Okay, so
Before doing so.
So you quickly shuttle off some of these the root directories into like a outside computer, and then you just kind of like reach out kind of like quickly behind this terminal and start like ripping out wires and like disconnecting from the ArcNet. Yep, and the computer goes dead. Mark X.
Having a real rough night.
That seemed like you had to force an unexpected reboot there.
Yeah, it seemed like something was maybe following my bots back to me. So I think something is actively trying to hide who this kid is.
And at that point, let's go back to the apartment with Braun and Risa. Give me that. Did you already roll Take Watch?
I did not yet, no.
Okay,
Can
let's
I
roll that
help?
now. You can roll aid, I believe, is the roll. Yeah, aid or interfere. So you can roll plus bond. So however many bonds you have, Braun, you can roll that.
I have one. I would like to try to help. I don't know what happens if it's bad. It's okay, it's good. 10.
10. Oh, excellent.
Nice.
So Braun, you get a +1.
I help.
Wait, or well, I'm assuming you're helping, right? Okay.
Yes, I help.
Okay, because you could also give Braun a -2 if you wanted.
Surprise.
Surprise.
No,
All
I
right.
help somehow.
I'm rolling to take
Okay.
watch, right?
You're also and Braun said to Risa to like kind of keep an eye out.
Yeah, well,
Before
if this
Braun.
is for the whole night, then I imagine like her like switching or helping.
Yeah,
shift.
we're all
Yeah.
gonna kind of roll all this together for sure. So
Is it bad?
Yep. I rolled a 3.
Plus
I have
one.
a +1 and then another +1, so that's a 5.
Oh. Wow, I don't think I can help you anymore.
No, I don't think. The only thing that might help is if I could add Helsing's thing, but it's not specified as one of the things that Helsing can help me with. So,
okay.
Yep.
Oh boy, this is bad, y'all.
take that XP
Even if he's a guard
and
dog?
prepare to die. Helsing can specifically help me with like discern realities and tracking, and like there's a list, but yeah, take watch is not one of them. He's
Wow,
asleep.
you need to train him better.
I know, right?
Well, as Braun, you kind of wander, not wander, but as you kind of take a circle around the apartment building, watching from the street. And above the street level, on the 3rd floor, where Risa is sitting with Trio, just kind of keeping an eye, staying awake, looking out the window. Risa, there's a blur of movement as the window shatters, as you're kind of sitting sort of near it, as a shape hurls into the window. You get kind of knocked back a little bit. Trio kind of startles, like awakens, confused, kind of like not really sure what's going on. And then before you kind of register what's going on, you hear a fizzle as a fusion blade comes to life and arcs towards you. Need you to roll me. Shoot, I lost my place. Excuse me. See, isn't it worse that it's not even Braun getting hurt by this?
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for helping.
Yeah. I think it's.
I did my best.
I got it. Sorry, I lost. I wanted to get the right sheet. I should just like say a number, but I want to do it right. Or do it what I would want to do. Frack, where were they? All right, if I can't find it very soon, then I'll just give a number. But there was a certain thing that I wanted to use. Oh, this is already boring. So, all right, roll me 2 d8s.
Okay.
And don't add them together. Just tell me what
Four.
the highest one is.
5 is the highest one.
Okay. You take 5 points of damage as this blade kind of arcs through and slashes across your chest.
I have a thing for this.
Fantastic.
When I take damage, what is it? Fighting fire with fire. When I take an odd amount of damage, which is 5,
that's cool.
I roll a d4 and I can reduce the damage by that amount.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, the flames within you come to aid you. Blah-blah. I roll a 1, so I take 4 damage.
So I kind of like the idea of this, like, kind of partially cauterizing the wound that you just took.
Oh sweet, yeah.
So like this fire like licks up across your body, and like kind of this wound that just got gashed across you, part of it kind of burns across, but the rest of the wound still hangs open.
Okay.
And okay, yes. Oh, actually, add 2 damage to that.
Okay.
Yeah, there's just a flat +2. And are you wearing an armor? I don't think you are.
No.
Okay, cool. Then that doesn't matter. All right, and then as that happens, 2 more blades come alive as 2 other what look like red cyber ninjas are standing in front of you in the alcove.
Cyber ninjas.
What do you do?
Do we have a method of communication? Did we talk about this?
You got iPhones.
I have a comm device from the last session, but I don't remember who has the other one. Or who else spent a gear.
Oh,
to get
I did. I spent my adventuring gear. I do.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I have that. So I would like to say, Braun, we have a problem.
So I look up at my poor shattered window.
And I will summon my burning brand weapon and fight the ninjas.
Fantastic.
Great. So I gotta roll to summon it. Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to find some good old battle music. I don't know.
That's okay. I'll read all of what my ability does while you do that. I roll very good to summon it. I rolled a 12.
That sounds good.
Yeah. So I've summoned a weapon made of fire. It's got the fiery, touch, and dangerous tags, and because I rolled good, I get to add 2 tags to it. So I'm going to remove the dangerous tag from it and add +1 damage, and then I actually have to roll to attack with it.
All right, so you got a +1 weapon.
Yeah, +1 fire weapon.
+1 fire.
It's like a what is it this time? It's like a scimitar, but made of fire.
I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. I am looking for cool. Excellent. So you created this thing, and as you do, one of the cyber ninjas with these like kind of cybernetic enhancements that are like kind of glowing with this like light that up until they burst into the window, it had been kind of this camouflage, this active camouflage had been engaged, but now it's kind of dropped down. One of them goes for Trio and grabs Trio and begins to head back towards the window. What do you do? As the other 2 kind of like just hold their blades out to you and like kind of trying to back you back into the apartment.
I'm gonna slash at them and try to get through them.
Okay.
To get to the other one. Oh, gee. Okay.
Roll me a hack and slash.
With this weapon, I get to use my intelligence.
Go for it.
Which is better than my other 2. That is an 8.
Good. So, let me pull that back up. This is not battle music. I should have found this before we did anything.
I deal damage, but the enemy makes an attack against me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I do.
So roll your damage.
7.
7. Okay.
Fire.
Yeah, 7 fire damage. So you managed to bypass a lot of the armor, and you just like you bring this blade and wait, I'm sorry, what did you say it looked like?
It's like a scimitar this time, but it's all made of fire.
Okay, so you brandish this scimitar made of fire, kind of whirl it around and arc it across this cyber ninja. This fire kind of floods the internals of this creature, and it's in gouts of flame begin to explode out of different cracks, and it's it kind of like tilts to the side as it falls back with a loud clunk onto the floor, like smoking out of it. But as you kind of overextend yourself, one of the other cyber ninjas takes a slash at you. I need you to roll me 2d8s.
Oh no.
And the best one.
Okay. The best one's a 4.
Okay, so +1. So you take another 5 damage.
So I get to roll my d4 again. Because it's an odd number. I rolled a 4 that time.
That's really, really cool.
-4.
So you only take 1 damage. But Trio goes out the window with one of the cyber ninjas. Braun, I think you probably heard this clamor. And you kind of, I want to say because of the nature of your earlier role that you're not actually in view of it, but you hear it just around. You have to like run back up the block half a ways and like turn around to see where your apartment window is. What do you do?
Okay, can I see the cyber ninja taking the tree out?
Not yet, unless you move.
Okay, what I want to try to do then is I will.
To be clear, like what you hear is shattering glass, kind of around the corner where you know your apartment is.
Okay. Reasonable assumption, I think, that my window might be broken. Ignoring the cost of that, I will give Helsing a whistle and just go get him. And Helsing will, I think, immediately just start bolting towards the into the building and trying to get back upstairs. I don't think Helsing can climb buildings, so probably has to take the long way. I am looking for a vehicle nearby that might be running for me to take. If there's some sort of hovercraft or somebody left their car idling.
Sounds like a discern realities to me.
Okay. I don't have Helsing right now because they're running, so they don't help me with this. Helsing, find me a car. That's double 6s though.
That sounds real good.
That's a 13.
Okay, so
I see what your priorities are.
So you can ask me 3 things, right?
Yes. So I think what should I be on the lookout for kind of falls in the category, or no, what here might be useful or valuable to me is in getting closer.
There's a really nice hover car. It's kind of like not quite a McLaren of hover cars. It's like a I guess it's like, it's like a Mercedes or something like that. And seems that somebody is slumming it tonight, and like some rich kid is slumming it with their dad's hover car, maybe. And that's why they're like hanging out in the silt, but they've left it idling. Like maybe there's you see them having a conversation with a valet or something like that. And there's just enough time for you to sneak in there. So, but you can ask me your other questions.
So as I vault into the car, I think my other questions, and they might be revealed as I move forward in this, is who is really in control here and what is about to happen are my 2 other questions.
Okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna say you like hop into the car and you just peel it out and whip around the other corner of your apartment complex to see the broken out window. You see quickly, like in the distance, you manage to make out with that roll like a form holding a small figure, kind of like jumping from like building to like vaulting from building to building away, and you see lots of like lights and like and like flames like bursting out of your apartment. As Risa is in some deadly combat, because it's not just like 2 blows. There's like a lot of like fly up, all that sort of thing.
So with what's about to happen, do I get any sense that the one getting away has Triel?
I think you come to that assumption.
Okay, I assume Risa has it handled, and I chase after that one.
Okay.
Thanks, bud.
I'd like to get in. I'm trying to get in range to take a shot.
I think you will be able to get there soon.
Okay.
It's you can in a car you can catch up even though you're kind of behind as far as the events as they played out. Like in this car, you're ever gonna be able to catch up real quick. Okay. So we're gonna go back to Risa real quick.
Can I have one other thing that I contact as Admestus on the comms and tell him what's going on?
Because I was going to say, Admestus probably notices with his quest that the skeleton key is suddenly moving very erratically, and
also as you get that kind of like innate sense that like something is amiss, like
he just gets ninjas.
We're on our way, and I think he was, wrapping up his prayers, and so
is that what he calls? No,
just goes into the room where presumably Jack and Ghost still are, and just says, "Ninjas have taken the boy," and as like, "Oh, excuse me," and then the nanosuit covers everything back up.
I feel like Jack is totally nonplussed. I was like, sorry for what?
Let us go. Ninjas have taken the boy. Ronin are in danger.
I also like the idea that Jack was like right in the middle of trying to do like a maternal pep talk of like, it's okay, you just need a good night's sleep, and then it's just like door slams open.
I like it. All right, let's go.
Are y'all gonna hoof it? Do you have a car? What's your game plan?
I have no things.
I don't think you have a car, so you're gonna have to steal one or you're gonna hoof it. That basically. I just want to know if you're gonna hoof.
Is Ghost able to hotwire us a car?
I can try. I rolled a 3 and a 1.
Your mom believes in you. Your father and I are very proud of you.
All right. Try one more trick to the trade.
Tricks to the trade. All right, here goes.
Surely you succeeded by now. No?
No, I got another 5.
Are you serious?
I
Do you
got
have a negative on this roll?
No, I have a +1 and I got 2 2s.
Oh,
man.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So
Someone's
Ghost is level
up.
7.
Yeah. Oh wait. Well.
Gonna be real close.
That doesn't push it over. I was just like, it's 1 more because it was my dex, but that's still 6.
yeah. So
Cool.
unfortunately,
Cool.
you hotwire a car and the alarm starts going off, and once again, the pink and gold lights show up down the street and begin to converge in your area. We're gonna come back to y'all later to figure that stuff out. Risa, you're surrounded not by one ninja.
I would like to fight that one ninja, please.
Okay.
With
What
my
do you
fire
do?
sword.
Okay. So roll me one more hack and slash.
All right. 8.
Yep. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. 6.
6. Excellent.
Yeah.
So, this once again, you drive your blade into this figure, and fire's just exploding out of every like crack and fissure in their Siren Ninja armor, and like fusing it together. It in kind of a last gasp, it slashes out with you. Go ahead and roll me 2d8 and tell me the best one.
4.
So +1, so that's
Yes!
5.
Yes.
This ability.
I rolled a 4 again.
It's so
I
frustrating.
took all Morgan's luck into myself.
Cool.
Frankly, how
At
dare
least it's going somewhere.
Yeah.
There are two kinds of people. How dare you? I'm happy for you.
Yeah. So that's great. Because you could have easily died by these people.
I
if they-
super could have easily died. I mean, I'm not looking great. Reason does
Yeah.
not look great right now, you guys.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I got you. In
Yeah.
like 2 hours.
So you slay the last one. Excellent.
Yes.
And then the glass is kind of like tinkling from the top of the window, like falling loose and like in a clatter in Braun's apartment as like I assume when Braun's calling, maybe it's like hitting everybody's device, and you just hear like this receding like a groan of this engine kind of as like Braun peels off after this. Ninja, Braun, go ahead. You said you wanted to take a shot.
Yeah. I assume they are not defenseless or surprised by me, so I can't use my called shot ability.
Correct.
Okay. Then yeah. And then if I'm in a car, there's no way Helsing is keeping up, so I'm on my own as far as.
Correct.
Okay. So I'm just making a volley then. Should be good at this. Very good at this. That's a 10.
That sounds good. You can roll damage.
Yes. So I roll D8. 5 points of damage.
5 points. So you blast. You like your rifle kind of does that telescoping thing that does like as you pull it out, it goes and you take a shot. The ninja seems to like register it right before it hits and like does a slight adjustment. But gets like kind of knocked off its trajectory. It takes like a lot of, you said, wait, sorry, say it again. You said 5?
5, yeah.
Okay, cool. So it takes 5 damage. Its armor seems to block off some of it, and it still managed to hold on to Trio. And then kind of realizing that it's like exposed out in the middle of here in this alley with you, it quickly like smashes a window and goes inside the building that it's currently on. What do you do?
I keep following. So
Do you drive the car into the building? Because
as tempted as I am to do that, that feels like it might hurt the boy if the ninja's anywhere near. So what I will do, you said they dive into a window.
Yeah, it just like kind of gets hit and like sees you and just like quickly like goes like elbows a window and like rolls in real quickly.
Okay, so I essentially slam on the space equivalent of the parking brake and like come to skidding to a halt, and then I just vault out of the car and into the window.
Yeah, all these flaps come up on the car and like kind of catch the wind and go. You air brake, sliding into like a corkscrew, and then do you like kind of jump out of the car into the window after him?
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do.
You play a 3-point landing as and then your like rifle extends again.
Yeah.
Cool. But the ninja is not in the room with you, so you have to find out where they're hiding in this like kind of this. There's all these like cubicles and everything. You see this like massive like expanse of cubicles, and then you can't at the moment you don't see where they are. We're gonna come back to you real quick. I'm gonna say so for the Emesis team, because you all couldn't get a car, it's gonna take Jack and Ghost roughly 20-25 minutes to get there. So unless you try to steal another car, I don't see you like contributing to what happens next. Emesis, you can run real fast.
Yeah, so I think I would say, go Teresa, see what you can do to help her. I will go to the boy. And just takes off.
Okay, so Emesis just like starts
So
like.
is Reset bronze still, or?
I would assume so.
No, Emesis just like just tears off, like just It seems like
One
it's
Punch
kind of
Man.
like going slow. Very much like the last scene in like The Incredibles, where like the fast kid's like trying to pretend to like not be that fast in like the race, and then a message just like tears off. Mess, this is only going to take you a few minutes to get there. But
Imagine the Tom Cruise run, just like through Mission Impossible 3.
yeah. So, Riss, we're gonna check in with Jack. You and Ghost figure out what you want to do. If you want to keep just like hoofing it, or you're gonna try something else. Well, actually, instead of thinking about it, do you have an answer for me right at the moment, or?
I have literally no moves that I can do that are not healing someone, so I am ready to run.
Yeah, we should just go, I guess.
Okay. Okay, so you're all right. Reset. You're in the destroyed apartment with two steaming bodies of cyber ninjas. What do you do?
Oops. I guess I want to look out the window to see if I see anyone else coming towards this location.
The building?
Yeah.
You
towards the
see,
apartment.
you see some like a few onlookers that are like looking up quizzically, but because it's kind of a rough part of town, most people when they see this happen, they're like, not me. No, I'm not getting involved with this, and they kind of like keep moving, and they move like the street is actually quickly clearing out.
One very confused college boy on the sidewalk.
Yeah, yeah. You hear someone like, "My dad is doing it."
Shut up, Chad.
My name is Daniel.
If I don't see
Daniel Nathan.
My God, I hate Chad so much. He's your worst neighbor. If I don't see anyone like directly incoming, then I'm gonna go down and try to follow where Braun went.
Okay. All right. So, do you have any means of doing that?
My feet.
Do you know which way? I think you saw which way the ninja went. I don't know that you have an idea of where Braun went, because I don't know that you saw him in the car.
Then I'll try to. I'll go down and see if I can try to figure out where the ninja went.
Okay. Give me a discern realities. We'll use some roly-polies.
12.
This is real good. So,
I'm very good wisdom.
Yeah, I think as you kind of like run across I don't think there's no dark vision in this game, but I kind of like the idea of you being able to see pretty well in the dark. And you looking up and seeing on the windows like these strange like scuffs like on different windows, and you kind of follow this trail that the ninja made as it kind of like leaped from wall to wall, and you also hear kind of like a crashing in the far distance. You don't know exactly how far, or if there's like down this block or another street over, but you're going in the right direction.
Great.
So you keep going that way. Good job. Good job.
Thank you.
You're also. I'm just answering that question for you. I'm technically supposed to let you ask me.
No, that's what I wanted to know.
We'll go with that. Okay, let's go back to Braun. We got 4 minutes left before we gotta quit. So Braun, we'll give you one more move, and then we'll call it for tonight.
Yeah. So all I do when I get in the building, I crouch down, flip the scope off my rifle, and start quietly kind of stalking through the interior, just cutting the pie, slicing the pie every time I enter a room. Mm-hmm. I'd like to do my hunt and track move try to find this person. I think
Let's
that works.
That sounds right.
The clues being the broken glass and ninja. That is an 8 plus 1 is a 9. So on a 9, I follow the creature's trail until there's a significant change in its direction or mode of travel.
Okay. You follow these like because it's been like jumping from wall to wall in these the silt buildings, which don't have window cleaners. There's a bunch of like nasty filth that have been built up on this Cyber Ninja's feet as it was traversing the area. And you've been following this scuff throughout the office complex for a little bit, stalking it in the darkness of the kind of cubicle farm. But there's a point when the footprints stop abruptly.
I look up.
Thank you, because that's the scene I wanted.
I've seen enough movies at this point.
Thank you. As Simon is up there with like one arm, like a hand over the mouth of Trio, and it sees you, flings Trio out to its side. The blade comes to life as it falls down towards you, and we'll resolve the rest next time on Wildspace. Thank you all so much for joining us, and we will see you all very soon. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye. Good night,
Auf Wiedersehen.
Internet.
Good night, Internet.
Good night, Internet.
Good night,
Go
Internet.
sleep, Internet.
Sleep well.